about Dallas, make it hurt.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, coming from another location today, so I hope everything goes right. Welcome again to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Twitter. Listen, I'm glad to be here for this very short amount of time. I have to do some things. Listen, I hope that you come in and share real quick. Hope that you would come in and hit the like button, hit the share button, hit everything that you can. I promise you, I will not be here long at all on today, but I had to get it in. I could wait until Saturday to do this, but it won't wait because I'm scared if I don't say nothing now, we may not have a football team in a couple more days. Good Lord. What in the world is going on with my beloved Dallas Cowboys and all this young and the restless, bold and the beautiful, the edge of the night, the days of our lives drama that we got going on right now in Cowboy Land. I'm just brought up a different way. These soft, charming, cushion Cowboy team of mine is starting to get on my nerves. So I got to rant a little bit. That's all I come here to do today. I hope you guys will share. Y'all need to share this to Cowboy haters because it's rare when a real Cowboy fan goes off against his own team. It's almost to the point now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but I'm convinced, and this thing ain't even 2 weeks old. It's not even 2 weeks old. I'm trying to figure out. What's up, Ahmad? Appreciate you popping in on me, brother. I'm trying to figure out this, Ahmad, since you're the only one that's speaking to me. Everybody that's here, come on, speak to me real quick so I can shout you out for taking this time. I know most of you are at work or whatever, but I had to do it now. I'm trying to figure out, really, can we afford to lose another big game? Because we are imploding right in before my eyes. I ain't never seen it like this before. Now I'm not used to it. I'm used to seeing other NFL teams have inner drama, but this is getting a little out of hand now. It really is. I'm starting to wonder. See, I start with the leader himself of Cowboy hate, Mr. Stephen A.. Well, you can say whatever it is that you want to say about him, But one thing about him is that he does not stretch a lie. So when he gets on national television and says, I've talked to players on the team, and when he says that they have said, and he doesn't never put the names out, but nobody disputes it. When he says that there are some Cowboy players, offensively and defensively, that says that Dak is not the guy, or Dak is not, he lets us down, which is what a lot of the haters say, which is what a lot of Cowboy fans say, then there's some, somewhat validity to it. But in case you don't believe what Stephen A. Smith has said, then look no further than what some of the family members of certain players on his team have said, have tweeted, have done everything, such as, of course, CeeDee Lamb and his mother. CeeDee Lamb's mother, that CeeDee Lamb, who was a first-team All-Pro wide receiver this year, and the reason why he's a first-team All-Pro this year is simply because of the second-team All-Pro quarterback that he had in Dak Prescott. Then you had Michael Parsons' brother, Terrence Parsons, who has came out and talked about his brother being talked about by Dallas Cowboy fans. That's what the family now is involved, saying things that are 1,000% derogatory to the actual players. It had never been like this before. We ain't never seen it like this with high-profile players such as this, talking this direct to players, well, in particular, Dak Prescott, definitely. And it's like all this 12-5 this year, because of one major hiccup in the playoffs again, has caused this major league drama. And once this type of stuff creeps into a locker room, not too many locker rooms survive. I don't care what sport you play. When you got inner non-belief in your teammates, you're running into a serious issue. You run into a serious issue. Now, here's the good part about it. At least we ain't got to deal with this mess until late September next year. But it's going to be there. See, this may not be, the media don't get to ask Michael Parsons, and particularly Dak Prescott now, because Dak won't be doing too many interviews between now and next season. But please understand, when they get in front of that camera, probably in Oxnard, California, this right here, all this soap opera mess, this CBS Bold and the Beautiful, Guiding Light type mess, this General Hospital soap opera mess is going to come up again. It's going to come up again. It's not going to come up quite now. They might even get asked this slightly at the Pro Bowl, if that goes, or some of these players are going to go. And they're going to get in there and say everything is fine. Don't believe everything you hear in the media. Don't believe all this. Don't believe all that. This is going to come up again. Now, they don't have control over their family members talking. They don't have control over what they say. They stand on their own 2 feet. They say what they say, and it's up to the player then to try to correct it like Michael Parsons did with his brother. but he ain't try to correct what he said. He just stood on the fact and said, "Hey, my brother, he says whatever he wants to say. He's a grown man, da la la da da da." But what he didn't do was deny what his brother had said. There lies in a problem. Because if you're trying to shoot down the fire, you're going to go against what your brother said. You're not going to get up there and say, well, hey, I didn't say it. My brother said it. Well, where the brother get it from? That's the other part they're going to have to answer. Of course, Michael will say, well, I didn't say that. My brother said that and all that. But you didn't deny what he said. We got a problem. We have a problem. We have a serious problem that's getting ready to show up. It's a war going on already between the team. And the reason why is because they're still mad. Whenever you lose, it's almost like an alcoholic. The real truth come out. Once the alcoholic start drinking, the real truth come out. I believe that that's what we're hearing. And some of you Cowboy fans, like I am, what we have been saying, at least those of us who like that but don't have a problem with criticizing him, that's why I come into play. As I've said on many occasions, if he plays great, I'll be the first to say that he played great. But if he plays bad, I again will be the first to say he played horrible. And see, this is where a lot of Cowboy fans, the dividing line is, especially in terms of Dak Prescott. Somebody got to tell the truth. Seems like the players are saying the same thing. Now, are they right in saying it? I would say no. But is their thought process justified? It just all depends on what they're actually saying and what they actually feel. See, let me go and say this, since I got a feeling, since Michael Parsons didn't deny it, what his brother said, then we need, since his brother wants to point fingers, then what he should have done was pointed it at his brother himself and the defense. You see, Dak Prescott did throw 2 interceptions in the game. One was a pick six. The other one gave him a short field. They scored a touchdown on that. So they scored 48 points. Well, you take 14 away, guess what still happened? The defense still gave up 34 points. How in the world can anybody talk when the defense gave up 34 points? Even if you want to take the pick six, which the defense didn't have anything to do with it. But you got 34 points put on top of your head. Huh? Let's not forget that. So we can't really just point finger. Everybody had a bad game. As far as Dak Prescott goes, Dak's brother, well, Tad has always been outspoken. He's always kind of leaned toward Dak getting out of Dallas and all that kind of stuff. It's a problem. And as long as the problem lingers, it becomes a bigger problem if it's not addressed. You don't think Dak Prescott knows what CeeDee's mom said? Where do you think CeeDee's mom got that theory from? Maybe she did get it from just watching the football games. I didn't hear her say that when CeeDee was racking up over 100 yards just about every game this year. I didn't hear that then, that Dak wasn't the guy. I didn't hear that then. I know we lost the playoff game, but that's one game. I didn't hear anything then. So now all of a sudden in the playoff game, now she says, Dak ain't the guy. I didn't hear that over 17 weeks. I didn't hear it. But because she said it, it can't be denied. It can't be It can't be argued. It was said, it was put out there. You don't think Dak Prescott don't know that? You don't think CD knows what his mother said? You see, CD ain't came out and said anything, have you? Like Michael Parsons' brother did. You see, he ain't came out and said absolutely nothing. Now, if he goes to the Pro Bowl in a couple of weeks, I'm quite sure some reporter's going to ask him that question. What do you think of the comments that your mother made about Dak Prescott? And I'm quite sure CD has already rehearsed everything that he's going to say. We got an issue. And it's all because of guys are still hot about the loss to Green Bay. Justifiably so. I ain't got no problem with that. They're still messed up. They're still mad. They still mad. Hey, Alan, Greg, what's up? They're still upset because of it. But now the parents are upset. The brothers are upset. Everybody upset. Everybody's still upset because of the loss. And sooner or later, you either got to let it go. What's up, Isaiah? You got to let it go. It's over now. You got to let it go. You got to start getting in the mindset and process of getting better. But when you got an inner war going on, now we got the soap opera. Now, that's going to come up again. We got a real life. We got a real life soap opera going on in Dallas. Outside people, even though they're family members, everybody talking now. Everybody got want to still point the finger. Everybody still want to point the finger. Everybody want to point at this guy. The parent want to point it over there at Dak. Parsons want to point it. His brother want to point it this way. I mean, hello. And just imagine, y'all, we ain't even got to the draft yet, and we're dealing with this. Huh? We're dealing with this now. Everything that may be true in a team type structure, even though some things are true, it does not necessarily mean that it has to be said. See, I'm starting to wonder now what Dak mama been thinking about CD. Excuse me, what CD's mom has been thinking about Dak the whole time now. It just came out now. Now all that drama that supposedly had happened during the game, Dak and CD ain't cried all year long. So in the playoff game here, they look like they had to have deep inner discussions on the field. And it just don't make any sense. 17 games, we ain't seen that type of body language out of CD. Some reports say they were arguing. Some reports say they had a problem and all that kind of stuff. Now here comes the mom, who openly says this about that. It make you wonder, don't it? It make you wonder a little bit, don't it? Now, this is the reason why it's bad timing. See, I don't put nothing past nobody. This is the reason why. Because this is what Jerry Jones come into play. You see, there ain't no loyalty no more like it used to be. It's not. You know, basketball used to be loyalty in organizations. Man, these guys in basketball would be in one uniform 1 week and two other uniforms in the next 3 months. They don't care. Ain't no loyalty. Football is not like basketball when it comes to that. But there has been an element over the last 5, 6 years of a team concept of going all in and stacking the deck. We saw with the Rams when they won the Super Bowl. We've seen it. We've seen it with the Eagles getting to the Super Bowl. See what I'm saying? We done seen it now, and then they'll leave and go to the highest bidder. Now, why am I saying that? You can call it conspiracy theory if you want. I'll take it. Well, everybody talking about Dak getting paid for the extension. CD is up too. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is for one reason. And you say two. Pick your choice. Stephen and Jerry Jones. Why did I bring them up when I said stacking the deck? Well, we all know that Stephen Jones respects the salary cap more than he does the stars. If CD is up and you give him an insulting offer, I mean, let's look at CD. Last 2 years, all pro. Last year, second team all pro. This year, first team all pro. The resume is there. The resume is there. But what if CD believed what his mama believed? In other words, what if CD don't really believe that Dak ain't the guy? And you know how Steven is. Well, remember, this is the same Stephen Jones and Jerry that didn't want to pay Amari Cooper $20 million. But ladies and gentlemen, what in the world you think that CD is going to demand on the market? What if Justin Jefferson, I believe he's the highest paid, is getting paid $21 million? I think that's it. I may be wrong on that. Justin Jefferson is getting paid that amount of money. And you had a problem playing tomorrow. Of course, there's a different time. What in the world you think CD gonna ask for? You got a problem paying the big wide receivers gigantic money. And please, nobody don't say no. Well, he paid Dez. Man, Dez getting paid compared to now is like flea market and Rolls Royce. Flea market car and a Rolls Royce car. Big difference back then. You really believe Stephen Jones want to pay CD probably $23, $24 million a year? You really believe that? I don't. I don't at all. Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. Terry, thank you, Terry. Forget Justin Jefferson. Y'all see it in the chat. Tyreek Hill gets $30 million a year. Okay. Okay. What you think CD gonna want? And can you really imagine Stephen Jones paying him that amount of money? 29, 30, $31 million a year for a wide receiver. Do you really? Do you really think Stephen Jones gonna act right? Dak Prescott has the organization by the throat, whether y'all know it or not. They have to pay Dak. Because if they don't pay Dak, he's under contract for next year, and he counts as $54 million on the salary cap for next year. There's no way in the world you can go into the league. You ain't gonna have no money. You have to restructure his deal. He has them by the throat. And he just added, I know what y'all gonna say, but I ain't talking about him playing in the game against Green Bay or how he played. What I'm telling you is that he added an all-pro season to his resume to go to the negotiation table with. It's only a few guys that are better than he is. Just a few this year. I'm just saying, and you got to pay him. There's no, he has a no trade clause. He's gonna count as $54 million on the salary cap next year. You can't do that. You got to do it. But here's the part about CD. CD can get that 31 or $32 million a year from anywhere. If CD says I'm not signing with the Cowboys, or I don't think that Dak Prescott is the guy, it'll be there's 32 teams. 31 of them teams will be lined up at CD's door the very next day, trying to come up with $30 million to sign him. And I don't know how CD loyalty is. I don't. I don't know if he want to ride with that for the next God knows how many years. I don't know. I don't know. See, when your mom come out like that, and then I ain't seen nothing from him to dilute it, yeah, that causes concern for me. I'm just, and y'all can say I'm being a conspiracist, but I'm using my common sense. See, Michael Parsons came out and tried to, he ain't tried to kill what his brother say because he didn't deny it. What he just came out and said, hey, my brother's his own man. He says what he want to say. It is what it is. But you didn't deny it. See, they ain't saying nothing. And maybe that's the old fear factor. You know, CD's still young. You know, I'm quite sure he was taught. Don't question me. Don't say nothing about his mama. If my mama said it, that's what it is. Even though you may feel a certain way. CD's young enough that he might still be under that obey mama to the T type stage. He very well could be that. I don't know. But what I am saying is he ain't said nothing. And I know this about CD. If he don't sign with Dallas, if they insult him with a contract extension, trust me, CD can go somewhere else and get $31 million. Easy. So the seeds that were planted, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. The seeds that were planted, these soap opera, Young and the Restless plants, these seeds that were came from CD's mom, I'm not blaming her at all. I'm not knocking his mother by no means. I'm just saying she planted the seed. It hadn't been destroyed by CD, and then uh, Parsons' brother, Terrence Parsons, who opened up his mouth. That Parsons said something, but he didn't deny anything. I'm starting to wonder, y'all. I'm starting to wonder. So as confident as Dak is, and rah rah and corporate type guy, and want to fist bump everybody and all that, it could be some players he fist bumping with and say, hey man, good Lord, I don't want to fist bump you, man. I'm tired of this. We already know what you're gonna do. And most importantly, we know what you're not gonna do. We don't believe in you, man. And here's the funny part about it, y'all. Because I really do believe there are some Cowboy players who really don't believe in Dak that he can get it done. I believe that. But the sad part about that is they ain't said nothing yet. So it's more than Parsons' brother and CD's mom who actually feel the way that they do. It's some players on that team. If y'all go back to First Take today, and I know how y'all feel about Stephen A., but Stephen A. don't be lying a whole lot either, y'all. He don't be lying. He said there are players on the Cowboys team. Keyword, players, plural, players that do not believe in Dak Prescott. So when Dak come in and try to look like Captain America, and you know, I got a super chat here. Terry says, he says, CD Mama ain't saying nothing I ain't saying. Exactly. There are a lot of people, there are fans that believe what CD Moms believe. There are fans that believe. I know the haters already believe it. I'm saying, but there are fans who are on the fence when it comes to Dak Prescott. There are fans who are on the fence about Michael Parsons. There are fans about Michael Parsons now. Shoot, I'm not on the fence about Michael. If you want to know my position is very clear when it comes to both of them, actually. Michael Parsons is a different type football player. He has gifts and things he can do that not too many guys on the planet can do. He's different. He has Hall of Fame type talent. You know, he can dominate a game. He can do all that type stuff. I've seen it. But I've also seen I'm old enough. I'm 50. I'm old enough to remember Lawrence Taylor playing. I remember that. I saw it. I saw what a terror he was. I saw Lawrence Taylor get double teamed and still put up the stats. Lawrence Taylor was the MVP of the whole National Football League. That's how bad he was. It wasn't a quarterback. It wasn't a running back. It wasn't a wide receiver. Lawrence Taylor was not only Defensive Player of the Year, he was the MVP of the National Football League. That's how bad he was. I've seen him destroy people. But I've seen Michael Parsons, however, get double teamed and don't make impact. I saw at the end of the stats, Michael Parsons only had one solo tackle in a playoff game. I saw that. And the problem with Mike is that everybody said he was the next Lawrence Taylor. That's a very high mountain to climb. And if you don't reach that level, then everybody say you're not that good. That's a bunch of mess there. Michael Parsons is an all-pro football player, dominant type guy. He just ain't on that level with Lawrence Taylor. He just ain't that. That's the next level he got to get to. Bruce Smith got double teamed. Reggie White got double teamed. Michael Parsons get double teamed. But Reggie White, Bruce Smith, Lawrence Taylor still had their stats. In playoff games, they were a factor. Not one tackle, not one pressure, no. They made impact. Dak Prescott, well, I just put it like this. I still now, at the end of this year, got the same exact questions I had about Dak Prescott for the last 5 or 6 years. Can he win when the money's on the line? Down 10, fourth quarter. Can he pull us out? I already got the answer. If you're in striking distance within 7, I already know he can do that. I still got the same questions. As a matter of fact, about the whole team, I still got the same questions. That's what let me know I ain't had that much improvement. Can we still stop the run? I've been having that question for 8 years. Can we run the ball? I've been having that question for the last 3 to 4 years. I got the same questions. But the difference between the last 4 years and now is everybody want to start all this yip and talking. Oh, I got the problem. I got a problem now. I'm seeing it, and the sad part about it is nobody is really gonna shut this down. Except maybe Michael Parsons because he has a podcast. But Dak Prescott ain't going to say nothing probably until, he could say something at the Pro Bowl. If somebody asks him if Dak is going, if Dak is playing in the Pro Bowl. Every reporter is going to ask these questions. They got to do their job. The question is, what kind of answers you going to get? And if they don't answer it now at the Pro Bowl, then this gonna linger all the way up to training camp. I don't care how many team meetings you have. I don't care how many meetings you have just with the players. It's out there now. It's in the guy's brain. There's some of these guys don't believe it, which means you're headed to a drama-filled season. If everybody not on the same page, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if you can get on the same page. Greg says, do the Jones believe in Dak Prescott is the biggest question. I believe they don't. They never did. When they talk about Dak, other than this year, they talked about his outside the field work. He's a great man. He's a great humanitarian. He does everything the right way. He's a great film guy. He studies the game well. That's off the field stuff. But you rarely hardly heard them say on the field stuff or giving him credit for what he can do on the field until this year or last year. For the first time in 8 years, I heard Jerry Jones say about Dak Prescott, we can win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. I ain't heard that hardly ever. He said it now. See what I'm saying? See, it's a big difference. So do I really believe they do it? I believe they believe in him. But your real question is, Greg, do they believe in him enough to say he's worth $60 million? That's the real question. Oh, they believe in him. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the game this year. They believe in that. But do they believe, because see, with $60 million a year, all you Dak apologists, all you Dak lovers, if Dak Prescott gets paid that amount of money, you do realize the expectations are going to be up. It ain't no such thing as no. When you get paid $60 million a year, $55 million a year, whatever you're going to do, you have expectations. You must go to a elite type level. You have no choice. So the real question is, do the Jones family believe that this dude is worth $60 million? Well, that's really what it's going to be. And a whole lot of y'all going to be mad and all that after this playoff performance. There's a whole lot of us going to be kind of like, ooh-wee. Man, if Dak can't handle the pressure back then, he sure enough going to get the pressure now. So that's the real question. Do you believe it? Do you believe it enough that you believe that he's $60 million worth? But again, ain't no sense of us talking about Dak because what you gonna do? You're not gonna let him play out this final year. That's $59 million on the salary cap for this upcoming season. You can't trade him. He has a no trade clause. What can you do? If you want to have some money to go get some more players, you're gonna have to do an extension and redo his contract. Dak Prescott has the Cowboy organization by the throat. He does. He got it. Perfectly played. And he's going to get his contract extension. The question is, how y'all going to act when he say he done signed for getting $60 million a year? At 59, 58 million, whatever one you want to do. 57 million. You're really going to have a real problem with this. That's the real question. Dak is gonna get paid. CD might get paid. He might not. But Dak gonna get paid. They have no choice. But what his mom said, and I'm just about through. I told you I gotta go. I appreciate everybody hitting me. Do me a favor while you're watching me. I need everybody to hit the like button for me. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or on Twitter or on Twitch. I need everybody to hit the like button for me. Hit the heart button if you're on YouTube. Hit the heart button. Do it for me. Well, I know Voodoo. I see you. I know y'all gonna throw up Trey Lance, but again, I don't need to go through Trey Lance's resume with y'all because, like I said, the man lost his job to Mr. Irrelevant. That's the seventh round, last pick of the draft. He lost his job, most importantly, to Sam Darnold. He couldn't even be the second quarterback. He was the third quarterback. And then the way I look at it is, I believe that the job could have been open for this year, where Trey Lance could have beat out Cooper Rush during this season to be the number 2 quarterback. He didn't even beat out Cooper Rush. So he's the third string quarterback on both teams. I can't give it to Trey Lance. Trey Lance ain't showed nothing. The 49ers gave up so many draft picks to move up in the draft to get Trey Lance, and then they gave him away for a 4th round pick. They changed the whole, it took a miracle by Brock Purdy to play like he is, or really they'll be really behind in the quarterback issue. It's just that Brock Purdy played so great that they didn't miss nothing. It excused the draft pick because Purdy played good enough to where it ain't. They still win the amount of game. Look what they had. NFC Championship game coming up. So they ain't lost anything by letting Trey Lance go. Usually if your first round pick, first overall pick or top 3 pick in the draft is a bust, especially at the quarterback position, you just set your organization back 7-8 years. It didn't happen for the 49ers. It's just that simple. Jay Recruiter say all the players believe in Dak. Stop the drama. I don't know, Jay. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Jay. Dak is a elite player quarterback. I agree with you on that. But just because I agree with you on that, it don't mean that they don't all believe in him. You starting to hear some of the signs now. I don't think CeeDee Lamb's mother is lying at all. And I don't think CeeDee Lamb's mother got that information just out the air. I don't think she got it just, you may say, well, she got it off the eye test. She got it by looking at the games herself. That very well could be, but I believe that, CeeDee and his mama talk. Hello. I believe CeeDee and his mother talks. Now, I'm not going to say that's not the case. I'm just saying I believe we're safe to say that CeeDee and his mother talks. I'm not saying what they said because I want to fly on the wall. I don't know what they said. I'm just saying CeeDee and his mother talks. And for her to make a statement like that immediately, it should bring some discussion. Michael Parsons' brother, Michael Parsons could very well be looking at the eye test, all that kind of stuff. But I believe Michael Parsons and his brother talk. And if y'all saw West Coast and the Henny and Landlord show yesterday, and y'all, if you don't believe me, just go to West Coast channel. His brother was on his show yesterday with Henny and Landlord, talking about, of course, Michael Parsons and the Cowboys. I suggest you go look at it. See, everybody just ain't talking just to be talking. They know what the ramifications mean. If you start talking about players on the home team, they know it's going to get out to the press. CeeDee's mom ain't been on TV since the draft. As soon as she says something, it's on First Take, it's on Undisputed, it's on everywhere else because what they say matters. So I think let's put it this way, Jay Recruiter. It may not be a fire, but can we just go ahead and categorize it then? It might be smoke, though. And you know what the old saying is. Wherever there's smoke, there's fire. That's all I'm going to say. We got drama, regardless, that the players are going to have to answer for. We got about, 15 Pro Bowlers there's going to be, maybe if they don't skip it. We're going to have a nice representation for Cowboys in the Pro Bowl. Those players that at the Pro Bowl, They're going to have to answer some of these questions. I guarantee it. Jay Recruiter, it was a total team effort. I agree with you, but Dak was in that team effort. But here's my rebuttal to you, Jay, on that. I will say Dak carried the team all year because he didn't have a running game. Not good enough, at least for me. I agree with that. He said his team let him down the playoffs. He was a part of that as well. Nobody showed up, including him. And I guess you're including Dak on that because if you're not including Dak on that, then it's ridiculous. No, true Cowboy fan, nobody showed up. If you want to go defense, the defense allowed 6 out of 7 touchdowns. Even with Dak's pick 6 and another interception that came, if you take away just those two, those short field and the pick 6, the defense still gave up 38 points. That's not called showing up. It's playoffs. You're supposed to pick yourself up. Jay, I'm gonna push back on you by saying that, okay, it was 7-0. I got an all-pro quarterback in Dak Prescott. It was 14-0. I got an all-pro quarterback in team. They didn't answer. 7-0. 14-0. 21-0. Pick 6 coming. 27. Then they finally made 27-7. Between 7 and 14, this number one offense should have answered. Not 3 and outs. That ain't how you answer. That's all I'm going to say about that. When you that guy, and when you got all these all-pros on the team, no. Supposed to answer. Even with 7-0, 14-0, at least give me 3. Take the ball, drive it down the field. You got the number one offensive lead against a team and a defense at that time that's not good in the Packers. You got to answer. When it's time to answer, you have to answer. He didn't answer. If you say he carried the team, okay, carry us back down the field when it was 7-0, when it was 14-0, when it was 21-0. Since he carried the team all year, carry us down there and get an answer. Not throw a pick 6. Not throw an interception that gave him a short field. That's not it. So no, you're right. Oh, exactly. I already said that. You coming in late. The defense allowed 6 touchdowns out of 7. So take away Dak's pick 6. Take away Dak's other interception. This defense still gave up 38 points. You couldn't stop nothing. It was a total team effort. Everybody blowed up. Everybody. But I'm not still here to point the thing. I'm talking about the outside now. We already talked about the game and all that kind of stuff. I'm just coming back. What I'm saying is now we got another layer to this thing with the outside family members starting to talk. And these are family members of very important pieces of this team. You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. It's CeeDee Lamb's mother. First team All-Pro. And CeeDee ain't said nothing to dispute it yet. It's Michael Parsons, all-world defensive player. His brother running his mouth. You know, the difference was Michael has a podcast, and he said, but he didn't deny it. He just said, hey, my brother says what he says. He's a grown man. You didn't deny what he said. You just justified the reason why he said what he said. That's not good. And the team is gonna have to answer for this. The coaches are gonna have to answer for this. We might get some of this at the Pro Bowl. Because the players will be there, they gotta see the press. Some reporters gonna ask them these questions. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. All right, I'm done. I got to go. Listen, I need everybody to get ready on next Monday. It will be the first It will be the first show. You still can watch me right here, wherever you watch me from is fine, but we're gonna add another channel, which would be the NGBN Network TV. Big Time Show for the first time will go national. I will be national. I clap myself for that. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would have a platform to go national. It's not CBS, it's not NBC, it's the NGBN network that will be on Roku TV, that will be on Amazon TV, that will be on Apple TV, that will be on Facebook at the same time, YouTube. I will have the opportunity to be in 87% of the United States. We have the capability of reaching 3 million people. We're looking for 10,000 downloads on the very first night. Yours truly will be the first show. It would be the actual launch of the station. So my show will be the very first one. I will be live. I hope that all of you guys will join me on that night. We're going to talk Cowboys for that night. I already know what I want to talk about as my little first introduction, but it'll go on, for those that follow me, I'm coming with the evaluations. So that's where we'll start. We'll bring a new family in from the NGBN TV network, hoping that this will, a lot of people will join in. We will be live. If you don't have NGBN, I need all of you to do me a favor and put this on your smart TVs. Put it on your, there it is there. I need you to put that right there on your smart TVs, on your iPads, wherever it's a free app. It's a free app. Go to your app store. Well, you got to put it through Roku. Just search it out on your Roku. Search it out on your Amazon, your Apple TV if you use that. If you put it on your phone, put it on your phone. But on Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, the show will hit on a national platform. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys will join me on that night. I hope you guys will come hang with me, at least on that night. It'll be big. I'm going to act a fool. And since we all have this show, it's our show, the Big Time Show, let's make a first impression for our new family and let's go out strong. So I need you guys to help me out in the comments as well, like you always do. I need your presence there and your support, just being there for me. It will be huge. And we're going to do what we always do. We're going to try to set the world on fire with cowboy content. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging with me on this little soap opera rant that the Dallas Cowboys have put us on now. We might talk about that a little bit more in general coming up. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to holler at y'all. Hate to shut it off like this. I'm not at my usual spot, as you can see. I'm in totally a different spot here, so I can't do the phone lines or anything. But if you want to keep commenting, you can. You can do that. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys on Monday night. What a big night it's going to be for the one and the only. This is the Big Time Show.